John Popper. Do-do-do-do. I hate that I start looking at the comments and screen while I'm playing the riffs, and then I screw up, and then he screwed up. My 12-year-old shreds this guy. Anyway, yes, hello everybody. Yeah, I shouldn't encourage them, right, Brian? No. People are just tuning in, but anyway, it's another Saturday, 1 o'clock Pacific time. Ant-Man 5612, Seriously Serial, Work Clocks. Those are all shout outs, by the way. Sam Crawford on Facebook. MTC Angel, what's going on? I'm actually live streaming on TikTok and Instagram as well. And also Brian, my buddy Brian is here, helping read all these comments that are coming in. So thank you for the continued support. Brian, how's it going over there?
It's going great. Is that LLO? Somebody asked?
LLO? Oh, that I was playing. Oh, yeah. This is Acoustic. Josh Norco, what's up? This is an acoustic episode. I was just going to share 3 of my acoustics. Seriously Serial. Okay, so this is actually a Rockbridge is the name of the brand. Sorry, you're going to see the reflection of my monitor in the guitar. But this is a Rockbridge guitar. I'm going to share 3 different acoustics. But this is a Rockbridge, which is actually the brand that Dave Matthews plays, and Brandy Carlisle, and a bunch of others. And they're really basically, you know, they don't make a lot of them, handmade, beautiful guitar. Yeah, what's up, Brian?
Simon Trudeau, shout out to your biggest fan from South Africa.
Simon Trudeau, thank you for the shout out. Okay, yes, so this one's a Rockbridge, and they were nice enough to actually send this to me. And that's why I was playing, well, let's see, there's... Woo! That one's never going to feel normal. It doesn't sound normal, does it?
What guitar is this, bruh?
And then the one that I was opening with is What Would You Say? Brian, you like that? I didn't know I was going to play this. Yeah, Brian.
Happy birthday, Lynn from Dundee.
Happy birthday, Lynn from Dundee.
I love the word Dundee.
I didn't know I was going to end up playing that one, much less on an acoustic. I know there was a bunch of flubs, but it's still fun. And we're just live. It's like telling a story from my memory. Anyway, so that's that's the Rockbridge. I'm going to grab my other acoustic here. And how's everyone doing?
Good.
Brian, any important topics here?
Everything's rocking and rolling.
Okay, so this next one is actually my Gibson J45. And I would say that this is a 2019 or probably 2019 J45. I started working with Gibson and I didn't have a proper, Gibson acoustic to teach a bunch of lessons with. So this is like the tried and true, let's see, I'm trying to compare it to something, it's just that, think like John Lennon. One of my favorite influences played a Gibson his whole career and still plays a Gibson. You know who that is, Brian? It's, let's see.
Jimmy Page use for acoustic?
A Jimmy Page. Man, that's a good question. I'd like to hear from other people on that one. He had so many different guitars. And
I always think of him as a Gibson guy primarily.
I don't know about he was definitely a Gibson guy, but acoustic-wise, when I just close my eyes and see Jimmy Page with an acoustic, it's like always like a double neck, harp, lute, slash thing. So the Gibson, though, tried and true, their workhorse J45. I'm really happy with it. I love it. I love playing it. And also, it's cool, when I started working with Gibson, and I'm still working with them, they've been just super generous with supplying me with beautiful guitars to play. So, I enjoy the different guitars that I get to play. Brian, what are we doing over there?
We're checking stuff out. Now everybody wants to hear Going to California, of course.
Yeah, I didn't practice that, but let's see. I don't have any of my
sharing their acoustic guitars.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Let's see. Just looking at some comments here. They're acting like I implied Page isn't alive anymore. No, I didn't say that.
I don't think so.
No. He's still alive, but let's see.
We'll hear about it.
No, I know he
When
was
he passes, we'll all know.
No, but someone was implying that I was speaking of him in past tense, but no, clearly not. No.
I think we're speaking about.
I'm talking about prime career, right?
We're speaking about Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, Led Zeppelin. They're not together anymore, actually. Oops. I forget.
A lot of people asking for a Rolling Stone song under Charlie Watts.
Yeah. So much, let's see. Anything with diminished chords? Well, I can play a diminished chord. All right, so that's the J45. Brian, can you hand me that one? I'm going to just grab one more acoustic.
Oh, we have another acoustic question.
Okay, what's that?
Which one smells the best?
Which one? Okay, well, let me smell this one.
The sound hole test.
Okay, I know, that's my thing. All right, that was easy. That was an easy answer on this one. But I smelled all three right now to confirm. I know which one I think smells the best, but let me just tune and see what we got here. I don't know if I...
Thank you, Josh Norco, for the super chat.
Josh Norco coming through with a super chat. Oh, and speaking of the Eddie Vedder thing that I was playing, that's my wife, Amy. It's her favorite artist. That's not like her favorite song per se, but that's her favorite artist. And it's our 23-year wedding anniversary today. And it just happens to land on Jack Black's birthday. So happy anniversary to me and my wife, and happy birthday, Jack Black. And bringing it all back to family, this is my Martin M36 from 1978. And speaking of wedding anniversaries, my mother bought this guitar as a wedding anniversary gift to my father. And then my father passed it down to me, but my uncle wouldn't allow it. You got that, Brian, or are you not listening? Your father wanted you to have this guitar, but your uncle wouldn't allow it. You don't know that?
No.
My dad gave me this guitar when I was 18 years old, so that would have been 1993. You guys can do the math on that one. But this is the old Martin. I've had this guitar the longest. And also, when I first started, basically throwing myself in front of a laptop camera to try and make guitar lessons on this thing called YouTube, I was using this guitar. And since it was my dad's and he gave it to me, it's the most sentimental guitar, I would say, If you're running out of a burning house, hopefully that never happens. But, this is one of those guitars you grab for me. And also, out of the three guitars here, it's the one that smells the best. And check it out. This smells like that antique wood. And it actually has a smell. The other two guitars don't really have a strong odor of any kind. That fresh out of the factory smell and the lacquer dry and all that, they're old enough to where they kind of don't have a smell, but this one has really if you go into an old bookstore or an old antique store and you smell old pieces of furniture, that old, super old wood. And I believe the wood was a few hundred years old before the guitar was made. But yeah, M36, it's a thinner body this way, but then a wider 3-piece back. So thinner but wider. I like the neck. The neck's a little bit smaller. Doing the non-open G tuning in my brain translation. Oop. What's that?
Well, thank you, Thomas B, for the super chat. But someone else asked, "What's the best song to impress a girl?"
The best song to impress a girl. That's a good question. Unfortunately, I think Brian and I are so old that the songs that used to work are probably won't work because they won't even recognize the song.
I think it depends on the girl.
I think, yeah. I mean, honestly, you're always going to impress someone, girl, boy, whatever, if it's something that they love, right? Because it shows that you put energy into learning it because they love it. So it could be anything. But I mean, I can reference back to high school when I was first learning guitar, and the girlfriend I had at the time did say she loves Blackbird, by the Beatles. And I went out of my way to learn it because she said she loved it, right? So, but back in the day, one that always, it's not in that key, but
Good choice.
that's a good one. I like Blackbird. It's a classic. It's really a pretty song. If you can sing it, it's got pretty lyrics and melody. So that's a good one. I mean, honestly, whoever is asking that question, it's probably more likely like Billie Eilish or something. Justin Bieber, Billie Eilish, K-pop song. Yeah, like these are things that I can't. I have I have 2 teenage kids, and if I tried to think what it would be for them, I don't think I could figure it out.
Well, this person recommends "I Was Made for Loving You" by Kiss.
I Was Made for Loving You by Kiss. Yeah, I mean, I don't think so. I would disagree. I would disagree on the Kiss, but Ixnay on the Iskay. I feel like they have a higher male demographic audience. So you want something like, a John Mayer song, like Daughters. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one. You know, Your Body's a Wonderland.
that one might be too old now, though.
Yeah, and also that one's like too suggestive if you're just trying to impress someone, like, you know. But yeah, let us know. Aaron Scheib said, "Speak to us about music theory, please." Actually, one thing that just on the guitar that is cool is the pinch single note, pinch single note, pinch single note. And I'm going to show you that real quick with the G, because the key of G is really good for acoustic. So if you take your index finger and put it on the G note here, that third fret of the E string, and then middle finger, I'm going to put on the third fret of the B string, and I'm going to pinch, meaning play both of those at the same time. So you do a pinch, and then a single note, and I'm going to do the G string. Like this. So listen to this. Pinch, note, pinch, note. It's not really that, but now watch this. I'm gonna just take my middle finger off. So now I can add my pinky up to the 5th fret. I can try and stretch to the 6th fret. I can do it with other chords, E minor. Combine that with a couple of do-to-dos. You know, you start combining things. But pinch note, pinch note, pinch note. That's a good one. Brian, yeah?
Thank you, Martin T, for the super chat.
Martin T. Martin T. Mar T. Super chat. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see here. Sweet Home Alabama. Have and how have you broken a guitar? Let's see. Oh gosh. Well, I did smash a guitar, and I regret that, but it wasn't my doing. I was part of it. One time, this is before I was on YouTube, I'd played a lot of gigs, and I'd come home super late from the Saturday gig. I'd usually get home at about 4 a.m, and I'd be really tired. My yellow Telecaster that I still have was in the backseat of my car, and I was just, because I was tired, I hadn't latched the case shut, so the case was unlatched, and so I grabbed the handle of the unlatched.
Always latch at least one.
At least one.
At least one.
Yeah. So I grabbed it to pull it out, and the Telecaster just shot off like a frisbee, and then scraped down my driveway.
Ooh,
Relicked it. I relicked it. But what's actually amazing about that is that, especially a Fender guitar, man, they can take it. You know, a Gibson is more delicate. So that guitar plays perfectly fine. Didn't break. Another time, my Olympic white Strat that I haven't put in a video in a long time, I actually ran over that, but it was in the case. So just think a standard Fender Stratocaster in a case, backed up over it with just one tire and was like, oh shit, did I just do that? And I looked and I had run it over. And it was the guitar was fine. The case got compressed down. Another time I was playing in a friend's wedding, and I had a little acoustic amp that was like a little mini Fishman acoustic amp, like 3-channel mini PA acoustic amp. And I was on my way to the wedding to play at it, and this had nothing to do with me. It was the taxi driver put the amp in the back, or I put the amp in the back, but he didn't close the back all the way. And it was in Los Angeles, like tons of traffic, and we're just like in the middle of LA, and the back opens and the amp just falls out into the traffic. And that was a bad one. Still worked though. It got beat up bad, but it like still functioned. I think that's it. Sorry, I'm looking at your comments at the same time. Let's see.
I mean, you're not like a Pete Townsend.
I'm not like a aggressive guy. I mean,
Chris Novelish.
Yeah, to Chris Novoselic. Yeah, I let's see. I don't really even leave my house much with guitars anymore. So most of the accidents had to do with gigs, being out performing, and when I'm home, they're just all in nice case. They're in stands and nothing too cramped. I mean, where I shoot my lessons is pretty cramped in there, so I do like trip on things and knock crap over because it's just tight, and there's lots of cables to trip on, stuff like that. Yeah, Brian.
Marty, any advice on completing songs? I keep writing riffs I like but cannot expand upon them.
Well, that's probably a pretty common issue with people. I would just make sure you record and keep track of all your ideas, and just keep experimenting with, combining different ideas. And if you're not in a band, that's okay to not finish things. They're ideas. It's a sketch pad, Finishing things are really hard. Finishing a piece of art is hard. Finishing a video is hard. So ultimately, document your ideas and revisit old ideas and come back. And also ask yourself, why does it have to be finished? Maybe if you had a deadline that you had to finish a song, you would just force yourself to finish. The fact that you don't have to finish for any reason may be what's stopping you.
I mean, I've heard a lot of people say that a song is never finished.
It's just abandoned.
Yeah, or it just needs to be recorded.
Right,
keep working on
right.
It.
There is a saying like art is never finished, it's abandoned, and I don't know whose quote that is. But so in other words, if you have an album that needs to be finished, you have that pressure that something needs to come out, right? If you're just a creative person, you can just keep creating half of songs and keep being creative. I don't know, just all depends on like what the end goal is. I used to enjoy writing songs and riffs and stuff, but I don't have as many, reasons to put it up at the top of the priority, and I enjoy everything I'm doing. Anyway, any other questions? I think it's time. Yeah, Brian?
Takes two people to make art. One to do the artwork and one to shoot the artist when he's done so he doesn't keep fiddling with it.
Or one to do all the art and the other one to steal all the, ideas and publishing and copyright and stuff.
Do you have a piece of equipment that you most regret having traded or sold?
Oh. The question was, what do I regret getting rid of the most? And that's real easy because it's basically every guitar that I've had that I got rid of. Every single one. The one that probably hurt the most is probably the 335, the Gibson ES335 I had, that I had bought in New York, and it was just this amazing I think it was from the late 80s, but it was just this sweet, sweet guitar. I sold it because I had to get rid of a bunch of stuff. It was a stressful time in my life. So I regret that. I know. Marty, you get stressed? Yes, people deal with things. There are life situations that happen. But yeah, I regret getting rid of that ES335. You know, it kind of had a red tinge, or a yellow and red tinge around it. I will say that Chicago Music Exchange bought it, but I don't know what happened to it after that. But
you've got a pretty sweet one now.
no, I'm getting there. I'm gonna end with this, but it all became kind of full circle when I actually got to go to the Gibson factory and make my very own ES335. And I still have that one, and I'm never going to get rid of that one. That's the ultimate like validation of, you know, the last 25 years. So that one's awesome. That feels amazing. So, but you know, I'd say also, gosh, what else? Well, I had a really, not a guitar, but I had a 70s Fender Vibrolux amp that just wasn't quite loud enough for the club gigs that I was doing at the time. So I literally had to get rid of it for the money to just get a louder amp.
You had a pretty sweet van then.
And Brian knows, I had a 73 Dodge orange. I had a big orange rock and roll van with brown shag carpet and fiberboard paneling and the whole thing. Talk about regret. I mean, being bummed about getting rid of something. That's probably the number one thing in my life that I wish I still had, was that van out of everything. And I literally sold the van for like $600 or something. It was like under $1,000 I sold the van for. But anyway, who knows where that one is? Who knows? That's definitely the one that got away from me, is the orange rock and roll van. Because I think about now, like now in my life, like I could have fixed it up and like made it really nice, and you know, there's all these things I could have done to it when I think about it now. That at the time I needed that $600. I'd graduated college and I'd gotten a new car, so I had to get rid of the old car. Anyway, any other final questions or whatever? Christopher Flood, thank you. Thank you, man. James Pumphy, DMK. Martin's a good guitarist, but I don't know the actual brand you're mentioning. Brian, any other thoughts? Final thoughts?
Oh, it's a good Saturday, man. Everyone enjoy the weekend.
Yeah, I hope you guys have a great great rest of your weekend. We'll end it with one more jam. Yeah, I'm gonna revisit. You notice all three of those rhythms are different? It goes the second one, and then the third one's different. That's prog for you. Come on, Brian, sing. You did Cage. Sitting here in San Diego upon upon Marty's Man Cave, we'd like to rock and roll. Dun, 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 dun. guys get it. I guess that's all I've got. That's all I've got in me. But anyway, have a great rest of your weekend, guys. And that's it. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Hey, Aaron in Canada. Thank you for watching. Eric, Harper, TJ. See you guys soon.